Now we're going to take a deeper look at the CQI plan. The continuous quality improvement process includes three key areas: develop, implement, and reflect. It is vital to do each of these three parts to really engage in quality improvement. You can develop your plan, check off the box that the requirement's done, but unless you implement the action steps and reflect on the progress of these action steps, you're not really improving the quality of your program. EC has put together a very useful technical assistance guide on the different parts of continuous quality improvement, which is available to download in the course room. We're going to go through the different parts of the continuous quality improvement process and really dive deep into them. So step one is develop. So we're going to develop the CQI plan. You'll need to gather all of your assessment tools, surveys, professional development records, and any observation data that you have. Then, record the current scores into the CQI plan. For the ERS areas, take the average of all your classrooms and put them into the CQIP. Next, you're going to list your strengths. It's important to focus on the strengths, especially because they're going to often support you in overcoming your barriers. For example, one program had a great dramatic play area. The kids were interested in, they often made plays, and the staff supported play with questions and participating in the plays that the children had made. But the program really scored very low on cultural awareness. So the staff decided to collect dramatic play materials that were more multicultural and encourage children to extend their learning of different cultures as they played in the dramatic play area. So take the areas of strength very seriously because they were able to think about what do we do well, dramatic play, and use it to build on what they weren't doing so well, cultural awareness. So think about what you're doing well and take this time to congratulate yourself on a job well done. So next you move on to the areas for potential growth. These don't need to be listed as bullets, just what did we not get a 7 on in ERS, or what wasn't perfect in strengthening families. But look at broad ideas in each area. Some areas will need to be very specific. So for example, that might be program does not have any area for softness or coziness in space and furnishing for SACers. These areas for growth should be focused on something you can change to improve your program and move to the next level for QRIS, not something you know you're not going to do. So some examples for potential areas of growth could be greeting every child by name as they come into the classroom, creating a space for privacy and establishing rules that go along with that privacy. Could be discussing nutrition with the group, scheduling field trips, making a plan for transitions to go more smoothly. Some staff are either too permissive or too strict, helping them find a happy medium. Could be that snack is not a well-planned rotation. Once you've listed areas for growth, you need to make a plan that addresses those areas. And I recognize it can be overwhelming, so limit your plan to just 2 to 5 action steps at a time, depending on the magnitude of the plan. Now, I want you to remember that making action steps is one of the most time-consuming but most important parts of the CQI plan. These action steps need to be very concrete and smart. And when I say smart, I mean specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. SMART. S-M-A-R-T. Take the example of scheduling field trips. Just saying, schedule more field trips for the school-age program during vacation days is a good idea. But who's going to do it? When does it need to be completed by? How many field trips? Instead, consider making it a SMART action step. Director Allison will schedule 1 field trip for December, February, and April break that at least 25 children can participate in. These will be scheduled 1 month ahead of time so we can advertise during registration. This SMART goal gives the responsibility to someone specific with a goal number in mind and a deadline. You'll also want to think about what you'll really need to do to complete the action steps, including thinking about the organization's mission and current goals. Are field trips something that fit along with what your organization does? Staff time. Who should be involved? Is the director somebody who has time to schedule the field trips? Funding and other resources. Is there a possibility to go to a field trip? Is there enough staff? Is there a bus or public transportation? Then set realistic deadlines. You don't want to walk away from the CQI plan feeling defeated and with a huge list that you feel like you can't complete. Instead, you should walk away feeling excited, looking to improve your program, ready to go. So let's look specifically at some weak versus strong action steps.